Now, some Ghanaians are embarking on a historic road trip to London in the United Kingdom. Against all the doubts that greeted their announcement to embark on this 10,000 kilometer journey, they have crossed the African continent and are now in Europe. We'll be speaking to them in a jiffy, but my colleague Samuel Kojo joins me live via Zoom with some details of this trip. Samuel, what do we know about this trip so far?
Well, we know that they started embarking on this epic road trip from Ghana to London on Sunday, July 23, exploring diverse cultures, breathtaking landscapes. And I tell you what, Ben, if you follow their page and the sort of pictures they have there, it will inspire you to say that you and I should also spark our vehicles and try to embark on one. Now, we know that, like you said, they've crossed West Africa and North Africa, and they're now into Europe. My last chat I had with them indicated that they are on their way to Monaco, and
Wow.
it's been such an exciting one. We understand that because of work-related issues, some of the participants would have to fly out to various destinations, including to South Africa and Netherlands. But we understand they will be picking some passengers along the way, and the number of people expected to arrive in the UK are 9 in Ben.
Do we know the people on this trip?
A little understanding or a little background check we've done indicates that there are, I think, about 7 people on the trip now. Now we have Kwabena Pepra, who is a real estate developer. He's built a couple of hundred houses in his 20-plus year career. We have Kwame Pepra, who's also a managing director of Phoenix Realty Limited. He's a real estate developer. And they've developed Red Square, Rocky's Nest, and are currently developing the Blay in Oyarefa. We have Kwajo Saka, who is the CEO of Saka Homes and also a real estate developer with many homes under his belt. Franklin Peters is the MD of Inkit, printers, outdoor advertisers, and publishers. And he's on this trip, like we heard some time ago, someone was traveling under the sea with his son. He's also traveling with his 19-year-old son, Quincy, who is a student at George Mason University. We have Kwabena Ayeribi. He's an engineer from KUST, whose banking career started with Stanchart in Accra and took him through UK, UAE, Hong Kong, India, and currently with Afri-Exim Bank in Egypt. And he is also driving with his brother, who's called Kojo, my namesake. We understand that these 7 people will be entering UK on Sunday mid-morning through Dover. So that's the little we have on this particular trip, Ben.
Well, Samuel Kojo, thank you very much for the updates on that very exciting journey. But let's now speak to one of the participants on the trip, Kwabena Pepra, a real estate developer. Kwabena, what inspired this trip? And so far, what has the experience been like? Hello, Kwabena, you would have to unmute, please.
Hello, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, Kwabena.
Right. Boss, this trip is just one of those dreams many people have about seeing different parts of the world in different formats. We've all driven around Accra, Ghana, West Africa. We've done lots of road trips. We are a couple of friends and we like to explore. We've gone to Mount Kilimanjaro in Tanzania. We've seen different parts of the world. Driving to London is, like I said earlier, a dream. We figured out, why not? When we were asked why, we said, why not? If it's possible, why not try it? After all, what's the worst that could happen? We could get to a point and return, or we could succeed. So we did some research. We figured out all the routes, spoke to people who've done it, and here we are. So we're on our way to London. It's come with different experiences around different terrains, different border crossings, countries, cultures, and it's not something that you can actually get you can't explain it to people. You should experience it yourself to understand the feeling that goes with it.
Mm. And maybe to wrap with you, Kwabena, what lessons would you say you've learned en route?
I can only say that the ECOWAS doesn't work. As you know, free movement of goods and people, it doesn't work. It's not that free. It's not that easy. Crossing borders in Africa is just so disheartening.
Well,
You get to Europe and you realize it's just free, it's open, you don't have any borders. You just drive from Spain, you enter France. But you're in Africa and you get to Elubo and they expect you to jump through hoops to cross. It's not interesting at all.
Well, thank you. Kwabena Prepra is a real estate developer and he is on that tour that has been embarked on. Thank you, Kwabena, for engaging us.
You're most welcome.